fruits.
A little pressure for Ralph. They knew I was going to deliver.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. It was all you, Ralph, pretty much?
That's the inner me you hear over there.
That's a great quick synopsis, quick summation of how it restarted to where it is now. Let's start with the new generation carrying the torch. Peyton, start with you. When you caught on, were you like, oh my goodness, I'm in Cobra Kai. When did it hit you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I watched the first season of the show. I mean, I watched the original movies and then watched the first season of the show before coming on. I came in mid-second season, so I was a fan of the show. So I was really excited to be there.
Yeah. Any pressure to live up to that standard that, you know, the 80s movie set to what it is now?
I think so. I think that I also was at an age where I didn't put as much pressure on myself. But now I think I would put a bit more going into it. But I was just so excited to be there and like so present.
Did you feel it swelling with every episode, every season? Like, wow, I like where this is going. This is really good. I'm a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to start off as a guest star.
Yeah.
So the fact that I got to come in for more episodes than just a few was so exciting to me. I was so happy to be there. When the writer sat me down and told me they had future plans for my character, I was just, yeah, I was
ready to rock and roll. Huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Bertrand, gotta ask you. A lot of fans are asking me, please ask him about the Mohawk. Please ask him about the Mohawk. So I gotta ask you about the Mohawk. Tell us about that. Where you got no Mohawk today.
No Mohawk, sorry.
Well, first of all, what was it like for you to join the cast, and what was the process of that Mohawk, putting it on every day?
Oh yeah. The process of joining, I originally auditioned for the Dimitri role. And
interesting.
Gianni just did so much better than me. Yeah. they looked at my tape and were like, well, he's not Gianni, but he did okay. You know, and I went and auditioned for the role of Eli. In those audition sides, it was like one line, and it was So it was like, oh, you were good, but not that good. And then in the audition room, I got told that there's a Hawk character, and I thought they were completely separate, and I didn't know that there was the same character until I was on set the first day, and Josh healed one of our writers, like, oh yeah, you're gonna have a great arc, you're gonna get a back tattoo, you're gonna break people's arms, and kiss all these girls, it's gonna be sick. And he got pulled away, and I was like, what? So it was a total whirlwind for me. I booked it on a Friday, flew out on a Monday, and started filming right away.
Yeah.
The process of getting the Mohawk on, I really didn't want to do it when I first started. Because I loved my hair, and I'd never dyed my hair before.
Yeah, it's so flowing, isn't it? Look at that.
Oh yeah, I got thick head of hair. And my dad sat me down and was like, Jacob, if I could have a Mohawk at my job.
And did that seal it for you?
Yeah, I was like, okay, Dad, I'll get a Mohawk for you. Please love me. But back then, it would take about 45 minutes to an hour, and back then the lip scar was way more prominent too, so it was a big prosthetic piece they put on, so I'd be in hair and makeup for like 2 hours, which did kind of suck.
Yeah.
But now
opening the wounds there. Look at you're like going into your.
But you know, in season 4, when I had to get my Mohawk shaved off, I was really fighting back against it. It's like, what? No, this is my Mohawk. You can't take this away from me. Yeah, very topsy-turvy.
There we go.
For me.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Hello, Vanessa. Hello. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good stuff. Well, same question. What was it like for you to join this cast, to join this universe?
Oh my gosh, total surprise. And I like this analogy of an indie band, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's exactly how it felt. Because it felt like we didn't know what this was going to become.
Mm-hmm.
And we were with YouTube at the time. So it was kind of, I sent in 2 self-tapes. I was living in New York at the time. And I booked it. It seemed like, oh, okay, great. Show up, you know, meet these guys, put our best efforts in. And then, actually Rose, who plays my mother, she like looked at me and she was like, they're gonna make you the love interest of Johnny. And I was like, no, I don't think so. She was like, yeah. So I was also like supposed to be a guest star at first, and that's what it was for the first couple seasons. But there's something so sweet about those seasons, because it has that quality of like an indie band, like we're just there and we're just making this story happen. And then when it went to Netflix, it was just next level. Yeah. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Well, I get that vibe you mentioned about the indie band because I started watching it on YouTube. And then when I found the news that it was going to Netflix, like, wow, I got to see when it was its grassroots and then launching to a bigger stage here.
Which felt so appropriate because I grew up with the Karate Kid. I was a kid watching it. And there was something so bizarre, like being on set with you, Rob, and I was just like, huh? Is this happening? But then also, it felt normal because I had watched the movie so much, so it also felt quite normal, which was strange.
Yeah. Does your character take credit for settling down Johnny Lawrence?
Settling him down? I don't know. What do you guys think?
What do you think? Did she do it?
I love my character. She just fit like a glove, and it's been a joy to play her.
Well, that's really good. Good insight there, Johnny. We're up.
Hello, hi.
Well, welcome to San Antonio.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Any funny moments you'd like to share with us on set? Something that maybe...
He's never funny.
He's never funny?
I'm just going to walk away now. Thank you, Sensei. I appreciate that. I really loved Dimitri's spin on doing chores to learn karate. I mean, it was one of the first times I got to work with the great Ralph Macchio, who's kind of a jerk apparently. I got to work with him one-on-one. I was like, oh my God, my dad, grew up watching this guy and now he's teaching me karate? Okay. This is like, who read my diary? It was really fun. I think, everyone on this show just works so well together. I think a family that can beat each other up one day and then hug it out the next day is a family that works. Maybe a little toxic, but we make it work. It's great.
Well, what about you, the fan reception? I mean, you play a character that many can relate to. What was it like carrying that? Being that underdog, rising up.
I thought you were going to say that many hate.
No.
My favorite thing is when people come, they say, I hated your character at first. I wanted to punch him in the face. You and everyone else on the cast. It was embarrassing.
It's shifted so much where it's more relatable.
I mean, nothing. They got over my annoyance. I think it's just great. I get people that come up to me and say that, they really learned how to step outside of themselves watching Dimitri, which is something that I think, I would never planned on doing this when I first started the part, but the fact that I could help anybody in any way like that is just, it's really great. I'm very happy to do it because, we're all socially awkward in high school. I definitely was. I mean, you saw me in my high school years. That's what I looked like in high school. Wouldn't you bully that? I mean, come on. I know I did. But I'm very happy.